Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Hindu analysis class. So today is your 13th September. I am Praveen Chaub again here with the important news article of today's newspaper. Okay, so we'll discuss three important articles of today's newspaper, and all these three articles are important for your upcoming prelims exam. Okay, so let's start with the article number first. The first article is about LCA MK2 to roll out next year, first flight in 2023, says scientist. So this is one of the biggest reform in our defense sector, where government Ministry of Defense is going to include a very important aircraft that will be make strengthen our defense sector. As you know, because of more and tension that arises between India and China along its border, along India and Pakistan in its border, this type of defense reform is very very important for our country. Okay, so government said that this type of light combat aircraft mk2 will be roll out next year and the first flight in 2023. Okay, so detailed design has been completed and metal cutting is to start shortly. So what all about LCA MK2 and how it will be important for our defense sector, we'll discuss in this article. So according to senior scientists from the Aeronautical Development Agency, LCA MK2 would be rolled out in 2022. So this is the senior scientists of Aeronautical Development Agency. They are the actually important agency that approve the all the important aircrafts, okay, like nuclear weapons in our country, and like LCA light combat aircraft will be become one of the important you can say a part of our defense sector, so that in future if any war will be start between India and China and other countries, so that this type of aircraft will be a very helpful for our country. Now the design has been completed. Means design of the LCA MK2 is already completed. Okay. Now what is all about the new feature of this new Tejas MK2 LCA MK2? So what type of question will become in prelims? In prelims, they can ask you a question: which of the following statement is correct regarding LCA MK2? And you have to identify the important statement. The first statement about the new Tejas MK2 is the aircraft features enhanced range and endurance, including an onboard oxygen generation system, which is being integrated for the first time. So this is the first time that this is a technology is going to include that it required onboard oxygen generation system. This will be a system that can be generate oxygen when it will be in its journey. Okay, and that will be one important feature of this new Tejas MK2. Now, this is a heavy weapons of the class of Scalp, Crystal Maze, and Spice 2000 will also be integrated onto the MK2. So, heavy weapons of the class of Scalp and Crystal Maze that till now is considered a separate weapon. Now, this will be the part of integrated with the MK2 that makes this new Tejas will become more stronger and strengthen our defense sector. The LCA MK2 will be heavier and much more capable of aircraft than the current LCA variant. So we have already LCA variants in our defense sector, but this LCA MK2 include new technologies and new the features that make this light combat aircraft more suitable for the future war that will start between any of the countries. So it is a total of 1350 millimeter longer feature canards and can carry payload of 6500 kg compared to 3500 kg of LCA can carry. So this is not only include the new features, include new technologies, it also become more powerful because it will be carry a 6500 kg as compared to 3500 kg warheads as present LCA that already in defense sector. Now this MK2 will be powered by the more powerful GE414 engine. Okay, so this is the one important engine that boosts its engine, it make a more faster as compared to the present LCA Tejas that already in India have. But this MK2 will become more stronger and it will be provide more strength to our defense sector. So in February 21, the Defense Ministry signed 48,000 crore a deal with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to supply 83 LCA MK1 to Indian Air Force. So remember, this is important that 48,000 crore rupees, the budget of this entire 83 LCA MK1 that will be given to Indian Air Force, and that make this sector become more stronger. So in future, whenever the war will start to India and China, India and Pakistan, so this LCA will be also become one of the important organ of our defense sector. Okay. Now, according to advanced medium combat aircraft, what is the meaning of this advanced medium? combat aircraft. What is the exact meaning of this? Now, the initial design of AMCA was started in 2009. Okay, this is the one you can see a type of technologies. Okay, it would be a twin engine stealth aircraft with an internal weapons bay and a divertless supersonic intake, which has been developed for the first time. Supersonic speed, it is depend on the type of speed. Basically, we categorize the speed of aircraft in Mach 1, Mach 2. It is very close to the speed of the light, and it would be twin engine stealth aircraft. So twin engine stealth aircraft will be very helpful for this aircraft that make more stronger, and it can be double heated the targets. Okay, it will be 25-ton aircraft with an internal carriage of 1500 kg of payload and 5500 kg external payload with 6500 kg of internal fuel. So AMC will be have a stealth and non-stealth configuration and will be developed in two phases. The phase one called existing GE414 engine and phase two as with an advanced, more powerful engine to be developed later along with the foreign partner. Okay, the manufacturing and production of the aircraft will be through the special purpose vehicle, which will also have the participation of private industry. So overall, we can say that this in the news article will be a more helpful for your in mains exam. In mains exam, maybe they can ask you a question about the defense reform sector. Usme you can write, and also you can write in a prelims exam regarding the special feature of this light combat aircraft. Okay. Another important article is about NatGrid to finally see the light of day. So what this news article is, very small news article was published in today's newspaper, and this was published by Press Trust of India. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi is soon expected to launch the National Intelligence Grid or NatGrid that aims to provide cutting edge technology to enhance India's counter-terror capabilities. Okay, so what all this NatGrid, maybe in exam, in mains exam, they can ask you a question directly on NatGrid. So this is important to understand the, what is all this NatGrid. So the Indian Prime Minister is soon expected to launch the National Intelligence Grid or NatGrid. A main aim of this NatGrid is to provide a cutting-edge technology to enhance India's counter-terror capabilities. So India's counter-terror capabilities, because this is the biggest challenge in front of the Indian government to fight against terrorism. Okay, because of increasing cases of most of the terrorist organizations are now free, and they are released from the jail of Kabul, and now they are planning to enter in India. So obviously we have to make our intelligence more stronger so that we all the type of information related with the means terrorist organization, different part of the India and different part of the world should be available at one point of, okay, so that before they can take any action, our government will take action against them. The final synchronization and testing of the ambitious electronic database is being carried out so that it can go live. So what all about this NatGrid, why this is considered as a cutting edge technology to enhance the India's counter-terror capabilities? So first of all, we have to understand this NatGrid is an online database. Okay, first of all, you should know what is this online database. For collecting scattered pieces of information from more than 20 organizations in the field of telecom, tax records, banks, immigration, etc., to enable the generation of intelligence input. So actually, NatGrid is a, you can say, a one node, okay, where information from 20 organizations. This 20 organization where most of the data is very, very important to know about the activity of the terrorist group, like telecom sector, or tax records. Many of the tax evasion, Indians are doing a tax evasion. They are not paying the tax, and the extra amount of money are utilized for financing the terrorist organization. So tax record will be a one important source that provide information regarding the terrorist organization, bank details of many of the NRI or Indians who are earning a black money and where they are investing all this money. That will be also important. Immigration, etc., to enable their generation of intelligence input. So NatGrid is a post Mumbai 26/11 attack measures. So after the Mumbai attack 26/11 that was happened in Taj Hotel, you know very well the Kasab was the terrorist that was caught in Mumbai attack. After that, government started a NatGrid. This is the one called a database where information from 20 organizations will be collected, and that can be shared with the raw or intelligence agency. So we can say that it is one of the important initiative of the government of India to fight against terrorism, where data is very important. Intelligence information data is required here. Okay, it aims to mitigate the vital deficiency. What is the meaning vital deficiency? This was the loophole in many of the terrorist organizations. Lack of real-time information, which was considered to be one of the major hurdles in detecting US terror suspects, called David Hadley's movement across the country during his multiple visits between 2006 and 2009. So there was a very big gap, or we can say a deficiency, that our government is not able to take action before the terrorist organization, because of we are not able to get a sufficient information. So lack of real-time information, which was considered to be one of the major hurdles in detailing US terror suspect called David Sadley movement across the country during his multiple visits between 2006 and 2009. So NatGrid will utilize technology like big data and analytics to study and analyze the data from various intelligence and informant agencies. So obviously this will be a technology that can use a big data. Big data is considered as a nowadays in internet world, it is considered as very important, where most big data are not visible. Okay, and the data, some data are required a very important information. They have very important information that government must know. That type of data is hidden from the government sources, and so NatGrid will be collect the data from all these areas. Okay, they will also analyze the data. They will able to find out the link, and how this link means give a exact detail of terrorist action, terrorist movement in our country. So obviously this will be a one important part of our intelligence and enforcement agencies. Enforcement directorate is also, they are taking action against those who are doing a currency swapping, okay, or they are keeping someone black money in their bank account. That can also be part of this NatGrid. Okay, so further we will go in detail about this NatGrid. We'll find that at least 10 central agencies like IB, okay, IB, RAW, and other will have access to data for counter-terrorist investigation. So all the 10 central agency can able to share the data with NatGrid, and like intelligence agency, research and analysis being part very important. You can say the backbone of our Indian intelligence, that will have able to access the data from the NatGrid to fight against the terrorism in our country. Okay. So it will also have access to crime and criminal tracking network and systems, including FIRs across 14,000 police stations in India. So obviously it will also having a data from the 14,000 police station across the India, and also the crimes, criminal records, and also the including FIRs, whatever FIRs are every day that lodged in a police station, that will be also included, will be the part of NatGrid. So obviously it will be a very online big data base that contain all the information of related with the criminals activity in our country. Okay, and their FIRs, different criminals records will be present at the one location. So unlike NCTC or National Investigation Agency, which are central agency, the NatGrid is essentially a tool that enables security agency to locate and obtain relevant information on terror suspect from pooled data sets of various organizations and services in the country. So we can say that National Investigation Agency is a central agency. Now, you before going to read a National Investigation Agency, you must go through a Terrorism Act that was amended in last year in 2020, where a National Investigation Agency officers have also given more power to arrest any of the terrorists without consulting the local police station. Okay, so NatGrid is essentially it is tool that enables security agencies, okay, to locate and obtain relevant information on terror suspect from pooled data sets of various organizations and services in the country. So it will help identify, capture, and prosecute terrorists and help the preempt terror plots. So it will be identified and capture the and prosecute terrorists and help preempt terror plots. They are able to understand their entire plan. So National Investigation Agency and National Counter-Terrorism Center are two organizations established in the aftermath of Mumbai attack of 2008. Now, Data Recovery Center of NatGrid is at Bangalore. So remember this, maybe they can use the statements regarding the Data Recovery Center of NatGrid, where it is located. One more important thing is that NatGrid is not come under the purview of Right to Information Act 2005. Means nobody have a right to access. They have no, means the government can deny to give information related with the NatGrid to anyone. Like under Right to Information Act, we have many, you can able to access the information what government is doing as a citizen of India. You can able to know access, but NatGrid is not will come under the domain of Right to Information Act 2005. Okay, so this is the important point regarding NatGrid. Another important organization के बारे में बात हुई है आज इन न्यूज़पेपर में है कि like NCLT and ITAT get new members. Okay, so whenever you will read in newspaper this type of organization names, you must go through the name, what type of organizations, okay, how the members are elected. All this information are very important. Now the 31 person named after Supreme Court flashed concerned over vacancy in various tribunals. Okay, so government has appointed a 31 people as a judicial, technical, and accountant member at the NCLT and ITED and the Supreme Court, flagging concern about vacancies in various tribunals. So let's talk about what this National Company Law Tribunal and what all this called Income Tax Appellate Tribunal deal with all these bodies and what type of all this body is. Okay, so the government has appointed 31 people as judicial, technical, and accountant member at National Company Law Tribunal and Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. This development assumes significance as they come amid the Supreme Court flagging concern about vacancy in various tribunals. So various tribunals in India, there are vacancies are there. Now the Supreme Court is become more serious to take action and is taken a very good step for appointment of fulfilling those posts which are vacant. Now, what all about this background? There are about 20, we can say that all over the India, there are around 250 posts lying vacant at various key tribunals and appellate tribunals such as NCLT, DRT, TDSAT, and FSAT. So Supreme Court had recently flagged concern saying that center was emasculating tribunals by not appointing officials to the quasi-judicial bodies that are facing staff crunch. Okay, so this was a statement given by recently Supreme Court. Okay, most important thing is we have to understand what is called NCLT. Okay, so it is a quasi-judicial body. So whatever the things that is written in a bold word, this is a quasi-judicial body in India that adjudicate issues related to companies in India. So whatever the companies have their any issues, that issue is basically their judgment is given by a NCLT. So National Company Law Tribunal, it was established in June 2016, 1st June 2016, under the Company Act 2013. It formed based on the recommendation of the Justice Iradi Committee. So remember, it is basically established by the recommendation given by a Iradi Committee, Justice Iradi Committee. So it deals with the matter mainly related to the company's law and the insolvency laws. So whatever the company's law is, the company have dispute with any of the government organizations or any of the insolvency law, they are not working properly. Such type of matter can be basically discussed under the NCLT, and that's why it is called a quasi-judicial body. Means their judgment is not final. Maybe Supreme Court interfere in their judgment, High Court maybe interfere in their judgment, but whatever the judgment as given by this NCLT tribunal, that will be most acceptable because of presence of judiciary. Some of the members who will appoint as a NCLT is belong to a judiciary sector. Okay. So term of member appointment will be for 5 years from the date of assumption of charge or till attaining the age of 65 or until further orders. So this is very important to note it down. What are the terms of member? The member of this are appointed will be the 5 year, okay, from the date of assumption or till attaining the age of 65 or until the further order. This is very important. 5 year or 65 year, whichever is earlier. And what is all this income tax appellate tribunal? This is it deal with income tax matter. Okay, so income tax matter, whatever a dispute having the income tax matter, that type of matter can be discussed. So it is a statutory body in the field of direct taxes, and its orders are accepted as final or finding of facts. So what is statutory bodies? These are the body called a non-constitutional bodies. These are the body which is established by the government or executive action. Okay, not established by any of the articles in the given constitution. So that type of body which is called considered as a non-constitutional, it's called a statutory body. So ITED was the first tribunal to be created on 25th January 1941 and is known as Mother Tribunal. So remember, ITED is called the first tribunal that is created on 25th January 1941 and is also known as Mother Tribunal. Means after that, many of the tribunals are further established in India. So with a view to ensuring highest degree of independence of the ITET, function under the Department of Legal Affairs in the Ministry of Law and Justice and is kept away from any kind of control by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, so one important statement that explained the entire function of this ITAT and what all the importance. So with a view to ensuring the highest degree of independence of the ITAT, because of required independence, if any of the body will be interfere in their matter, so obviously they will not give a proper judgment. So it function under the Department of Legal Affairs in the Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay, so it function under the Department of Legal Affairs in Ministry of Law and Justice. Remember, they can ask you question if they work under the Ministry of Finance. Okay, so it is not the correct statement. Not work under the Ministry of Finance. It work under the Ministry of Law and Justice, and is kept away from any kind of control by the Ministry of Finance. The order passed by the ITEC can be subject to appellate challenge. Okay, whatever the order that can be passed, it is not fully acceptable. They can, if reader can also give a challenge it High Court or Supreme Court on substantial question of law before the respective High Court. Suppose this is the case is within the state of Bihar or Jharkhand, so they can first file the case in Jharkhand High Court or Bihar High Court as per their demand. Okay, so ITET body is one important organization. Okay, so this all for today's news articles. We'll meet you tomorrow again with the same time, and we'll discuss some other important news article of tomorrow newspaper. Okay, thanks. Good night. Take care.